3-72 on page 86 of the mechanical drawing textbook. We're going to make a first aid station sign. First thing I notice, I've got a red cross in the middle, so I'm going to show you how to create a new layer and make a color red and put it into the AutoCAD system. Also, you'll notice that the width is 12 inches. Obviously, that's larger than our 10.5 inch drawing layout, so we're going to have to change that, or at least scale it down to 3/4 of an inch. And we notice that I've got a square in the middle that's 5.5 inches by 5.5, and it is offset by 3/4 of an inch on top and 3 1/4 in the middle. So let's go ahead and first things first, I'm going to show you how to create a new layer. Up here on your drawing button, you should have a layers button. It should look something similar to mine. It looks like several sheets of paper stacked on top of one another. I click that and I click on the new command. Yours may be a little different, but just find the new command and just click red. Type in red for layer. And all you have to do is come over to your color button and double click the white button and then click on the red color, click OK, and then click OK once again. Alright, and now that's all you have to do, and I'll show you how to use that layer here in a minute. First things first, let's make this 12 by 7 inch square. So I'm going to come over just a little bit, and I'm going to scale this down. So I'm going to start over here a little bit off to my drawing. I'm going to type in at 12,7. Obviously you see that it's a little larger than I like, but again we'll scale it down and we'll center it to make it fit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 5 by 5 inch, 5.5 by 5.5 inch square. I'm going to make it at 5.5, 5.5, and I need to center that. Now this is this square that I just created. Again, I got to center that in my drawing. You already know how to center things, so I'm going to click here, make a diagonal in this one, and then on my other 12 by 7 inch square, and then I'm going to move it to center it. There we go. That should work out. I'm almost done. I just have to make my red cross. Alright, so again, this looks like simply some lines. They're 1.5 inches thick, and so all I have to do is make 1.5, 5. Okay, I see the total height of it's going to be 5 inches. So there's a 1/4 inch buffer in between the square and the red cross. So I'm going to make 2 rectangles, and I'm going to make them 5 inches by 1.5 inches each. But I'm going to pull down this layer. Before I go, I'm going to pull down that layers button. I'm going to select red. So well, you'll see what happens. Now if I create a rectangle on that red layer, it changes color to red. At 5, 1.5, and again I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to make it at 1.5, 5. Now I simply have to center these, and I'm going to make 2 diagonals. And I simply move. I'm just going to use the move command, and I'm going to move them. Now I center that. Now all I have to do, I have to center these buttons. I'm going to need 2 more rectangles because I have to get my total width. Alright. Hopefully you're following along with what I'm doing. I click another line tool. I click from there to there, and from there to there. Just clean things up. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my rectangles. And now you can kind of see a little better what I've done. I'm going to move this piece. And now that I've done it correctly, there we go. Now I'm going to simply, let's see, I could use the trim command, or I can simply explode these buttons. Obviously I have some lines in here I got to get rid of, so I'm going to use the explode command, and replace that line. Now I'm going to simply move those blue handles down, and I can finish up by putting a couple more lines in. Oops. Made a mistake there. Just move that one back up. Went too far. Now I can just move this blue handle right there. Now I simply make my last line right there. I just have to scale this, and I'm almost done. I'm going to scale it. Again, I'm going to use 3/4 of an inch. Alright, type in 3/4, and now I simply have to, once again, I just got to move and center it. Obviously my line that I'm creating is still on the red command. That's okay, I'm going to delete it anyway. When you are done, your drawing should look something similar to what I have on my screen. Make sure first aid station sign appears in the description. You got today's date. The scale should read 0.75 = 1, and save it as your first initial, last name, 3-72.